Read to you FBI Director Kash Patel's tweet. He says in part, quote, just now, the FBI arrested Judge Hannah Dugan out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin on charges of obstruction after evidence of Judge Dugan obstructing an immigration arrest operation last week. He says, going on, saying, we believe Judge Dugan intentionally misdirected federal agents away from the subject to be arrested in her courthouse at Eduardo Flores Ruiz, allowing the subject, who they call an illegal alien, to evade arrest. Now, they say that this individual was eventually arrested by DHS officials. This is something that is just developing, Anna, and we have not yet seen any court documents in this case, but we are awaiting further news on this topic.
Yeah, so she definitely did a little bob and weave on that. So she told him, this Ruiz character, and her attorney, you guys, come with me. Come on, come with me. And then she hid them under her rope. No, she didn't do that. She took them out the jury door and then told them to go out the back and then told ICE they went that way.
Uh-huh.
They went that way.
If this is true, she's in trouble.
She's in serious trouble.
Serious trouble.
And here's the thing, too, and I think if this wasn't Trump, right, let's just say this was somebody who was wanted by ICE and this got out, during even Biden, it would be a bigger story where that would be so much about the resistance, which is what everything is now, is about the resistance, because you are helping somebody who's got orders to be removed. And this is what I tell everybody on the left. If you want everybody to have due process, because due process is important, Ken, you and I talk about this all the time, do it right.
Yep.
But once it's done and you don't like the outcome, you don't get to go, well, I don't like that outcome, so we're not going to. That's the same with Trump going, well, I'm just going to ignore that.
Exactly. That's the exact same thing.
No.
This is a judge.
Yeah, it's a social justice warrior who is super excited about her. I can guarantee you she is getting calls from everybody. Oh, you are just so God.
She's probably on the phone with Joy Behar right now.
Right now. Right, Sonny Houston. This is lawfare. It's what it is. That's what I think they all sound like. They sound like. That's what they all sound like. Bunch of housefrows. Oh, tell me more.
So good.
What do you think, Joy? Sonny? Racism. Racism. Yeah, so let's see if she's got a GoFundMe yet. Yeah, somebody said the judge can be a superhero for the left. Yeah, and see, that's the other thing. This is remove the immigration situation and put it like this. Somebody, was a white supremacist said earlier, did something, and you got a right-wing judge who goes, guys, the feds are looking for you. Go out the back way. People be up in arms about this. This is an obstruction. This is what this is. This is not a pretend, they're going after this woman in particular because they want to, put their foot down and this is what Trump does. No, this is really like a legitimate story. And I want to see what happens because how do you, if you're on the left, right, who you're already having troubles with because you're trying to pitch the dream of, the Maryland father, and that didn't work the way you thought. But how do you come out and say, I think this is wrong? When she did this, she obstructed.
Oh, yeah.
How do you say Trump needs to follow the law, and then when the law goes in a direction you don't like, you decide as a person who's a judge.
A judge?
Oh, I don't like that law, so we're not going to follow it. Like, you can't sit up there and go, I didn't know better, right? I didn't know better.
Yeah, I mean, if this is true, she willfully did this.
Yes. Yeah.
I saw where apparently this charge carries a prison term if convicted.
And by the way, for those of you not keeping score, judges are loved in jail.
Oh. just as much as child sex predators.
Yeah. Although based on how she's acting and her social justice, they may actually love her. Oh, she's great. So-and-so should have gone to jail for 100 years, but only gave her a week. I mean, I don't know if she'll do jail. I doubt. But I have a feeling Pam Bondi and them are going to make, are going to come out and say, look, no, this is not, you can't do this. And you can't ask everybody when it comes to immigration and the deportations. Look, Trump has made some mistakes, or the Trump administration. Not like Trump's going out and arresting these people. He doesn't know who the hell's on the damn airplanes, for God's sakes. So stop pretending he does. There's been some mistakes. There has. The Maryland guy, he should have been sent home or somewhere else, just not to El Salvador. Okay. And there's a guy in New Mexico who we're going to talk about in a little bit that, quite frankly, there needs to be some serious splaining because he was an American citizen. But they're going to have some mistakes. This was a person who knows the law.
Yes.
And you tell everybody, Trump, you need to follow the law or else we'll have a constitutional crisis. When I sit there and I say everybody on both sides overreacts to crap, this is a serious issue. This is. And I'm always fascinated by people who want to protect people who don't deserve protection. They don't. This guy was there. What, he had three charges against him?
Three. What they're calling it are 3 battery abuse charges.
So I wonder. And he had.
Yeah, it wasn't shoplifting.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't one of those things. I was trying to feed the kids.
Yeah,
it wasn't one of those things, right? It wasn't like he didn't have 12 parking tickets and his car was booted and he was, it wasn't that. It was he put his hands on another human being.
Right.
So I don't know. You willfully did this. Yeah, and talking about. Because there's been some whack. Did I cuss? Somebody said I cussed. I didn't cuss, did I?
I didn't hear it.
Yeah. Was it? Is that it? Is that cussing? Somebody wants me to apologize to the Catholics. No. I'm not going to because I didn't say anything about the Catholics. I just said I thought it was odd. About somebody in the whole thing about the him being there lying in state. So, and I'm not going to apologize for that because I do think it's weird. But that's just me. I'm allowed to have my opinion.
Not in this country anymore, dude.
Nope, it's all or nothing. Catholics are after me. Now, if it was the Scientologists, I would have to apologize to Tom Cruise. Because they come after me. Man, I tell you what, I have been on stations in LA and they're like, don't mention anything about Scientology. They will come for you. Somebody said, I thought you, Jason, I did not say blank the Catholics. Shut up. Stop that, you guys. Goodness me. Then you had this. So here's the thing about it. You got the judge in New Mexico.
Right.
And if you guys know anything about New Mexico, it's near the border. You know the funny thing about New Mexico? It's one of those things where we talk about Texas with illegal immigration. We talk about Arizona. Mm-hmm. We never talk about New Mexico with illegal immigration.
Yeah, it never gets mentioned. I think the border is for New Mexico. If I'm not mistaken, it's very small.
Yeah, but still, it's like it's wedged between the Texas and Arizona, but it's never talked about like the other states.
Yeah, Juarez is right there with El Paso. And Arizona and Texas come right there, and there's a little sliver of New Mexico right there.
But when we were talking about, you're kind of like hinting at as they've unsealed this thing. And by the way, Pam, this is Pam Bondi, who's I don't know if she's on Fox News or this it's her own show, or because that seems to be the thing she's best at, or if this is just an interview, but she's talking about the unsealing of this thing.
So Judge Cano, soon to be former Judge Cano, got his charges were just unsealed. He's charged with obstruction. He admitted post Miranda. He took one of the TDA members' cell phones himself, took it, beat it with a hammer, destroyed it, and then walked the pieces to a city dumpster to dispose of it to protect him. The wife also is charged with destroying evidence. Sandra, not only that, this TDA member, and he had on a necklace that said kill, something about death. He had tattoos all over him. He also had on his cell phone pictures of two decapitated victims, decapitated, gruesome photos, and he was sending them out, and whoever he was sending them to was sending back, saying, hey, you need to be careful, you shouldn't be sending these, you shouldn't be texting these photos out. Not only that, these two, the judge and his wife, gave him assault rifles that belonged to their daughter. That's what they're charged with. In the criminal report affidavit, he goes to a shooting range with these assault rifles, with a suppressor, with other known TDA members, and they're shooting.
Yeah, that's an odd.
That's going to be more sinister than this Wisconsin
Yeah, this
case.
Wisconsin thing is a social justice. I'm standing up for the rights of people who've already been adjudicated and told they have to leave. This is, I feel like there is one of those things where you come to find out that dude has got like $40 million of cash.
Yeah. Yeah, he resigned last month. This judge just abruptly resigned last month.
You know, in Mexico and in Colombia and stuff, you know, the old saying, it is, you know, the silver of the lead for judges, which is, hey, we could shoot you or you could take this bag of money and look the other way. The choice is yours. And if you're going to put it that way, you know, what do you expect people to do? And I feel like this, because, you know, it's not the first time I've seen stories, I've seen, you know, shows about, you know, a lot of these guys who are judges, they get caught up in this because they work with some of these people, and, you know, people start coming to them, you know, the mob go back in the day. Everybody was on the take at some, you know, shape or form because of fear that they were going to get killed or something. But I feel like this one's more sinister than the obstruction. Because you got people living in your house who you know are gangsters.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like how, too, this is some of the media for you. They're just calling them Venezuelan gang members.
Yeah.
They're TDA.
Yeah, they're
Tren de Aragua.
By the way, this is what End Wokeness just tweeted. Media. No one is above the law. FBI arrest judge for violating the law. Media. No, not like that. I think that's, yeah. You can't sit there and say, Trump, administration, all of you guys, follow the law. You're going against everything. Constitutional crisis. We're like, hey, this person over here helped somebody who had orders to be removed escape. They basically got in the way of everything and sent us on the wrong way, lied to us to our face. We're going to take them into custody. No. You can't do that. No, that's exactly it. You can and you should. And it's not about because look, lawfare is real. Both sides will stretch the opportunity to go after certain things. This is pretty black and white, what this person was trying to do.